Welcome, fellow adventurers. Today, we're not just visiting a place, we're stepping into a story thousands of years in the making. Egypt is a land where history breathes from the very sand beneath our feet, a place that tests you, changes you, and leaves an indelible mark on your soul. This journey is for those who crave more than sightseeing. It's about connecting with the spirit of a civilization that has captivated humanity for millennia. We'll navigate ancient tombs, sail legendary waters, and sleep under desert stars. So grab your gear and prepare for an expedition that will challenge and inspire you. The desert is calling. The adventure begins now. The Pyramids of Giza. No photo or book can prepare you for their scale. Even from a distance, their silhouettes dominate the horizon, rising from the desert like ancient sentinels. As the first rays of sunlight strike their weathered stones, you realize you're standing before one of humanity's greatest achievements. Standing at the base of the Great Pyramid, you're dwarfed by both stone and time. Each block, some weighing as much as an elephant, was placed here over 4,500 years ago. The sheer size is overwhelming, but so is the sense of history, of countless hands and lives dedicated to building something that would outlast empires. The wind carries whispers of pharaohs and untold stories, connecting you directly to the ancient world. Every gust seems to echo with the voices of workers, priests, and kings, their ambitions and dreams swirling in the desert air. These aren't just stones, they're a testament to human ambition and ingenuity. Each weathered surface tells a story of vision, mathematics, and relentless effort. The pyramids are not only tombs, but monuments to the power of imagination and the will to achieve the impossible. Inside, the air thickens, passages narrow, and you move by instinct, torchlight flickering over walls sealed for millennia. The silence is profound, broken only by your footsteps and the distant drip of water. You can almost feel the presence of those who once walked these corridors, their secrets hidden in the darkness. Every step deeper is a step further back in time. The walls close in and the weight of centuries presses down. You're not just exploring a monument, you're journeying into the heart of ancient Egypt, where every stone has witnessed the passage of ages. Emerging into the sun, you're changed. You've walked the path of grave robbers and archaeologists alike. The world outside feels brighter, sharper, as if you've been given new eyes to see the landscape and its mysteries. The Sphinx stands watch, enigmatic and eternal, inviting you to wonder and question. Its gaze has seen the rise and fall of civilizations, and its riddle remains unsolved, a symbol of the enduring mysteries of Egypt. The pyramids teach history, but the desert teaches survival. Respect the sun and the relentless heat that can sap your strength in minutes. Here, nature is as much a part of the story as the monuments themselves. Carry water and adapt. The desert demands humility and preparation, reminding you that even the greatest wonders exist at the mercy of the elements. As sunset paints the plateau gold, silence falls and awe takes over. The pyramids glow with a timeless beauty, their shadows stretching across the sand as the day ends, inviting reflection and reverence. This is why we travel, for moments of clarity and wonder, to stand in the presence of greatness, to feel small yet connected to something vast and eternal. Giza leaves its mark, a rite of passage for any true adventurer. Long after you leave, the memory lingers, a reminder that some places change you forever. From the stone giants, we move to Egypt's lifeblood, the Nile. This river is more than just a body of water. It is the very pulse of the land, a thread weaving together the stories of ancient pharaohs and modern-day farmers. For thousands of years, the Nile has shaped Egypt's destiny, carving a green ribbon through the heart of the desert and nurturing civilization along its banks. Boarding a traditional felucca, you leave the city's noise behind for the river's ancient rhythm. The gentle creak of wood and the flutter of canvas sails become your soundtrack, as the world slows down and the timelessness of the Nile takes over. Each step onto the boat is a step back in time, connecting you to generations who have traveled these waters before. With no engine, you're at the mercy of wind and current, learning patience and surrendering control. The river teaches you to let go, to trust in nature's pace. As the felucca glides silently, you become attuned to the subtle shifts in breeze and the gentle lapping of water against the hull. The landscape unfolds, farmers tending their crops in the fertile soil, children laughing and waving from the riverbank, their lives intertwined with the river's flow. Every scene is a reminder of how the Nile sustains life, providing water, food, and a sense of community. Water buffalo cooling in the shallows, their massive forms half submerged, are a testament to the river's generosity. These animals, vital to rural life, find relief and sustenance in the Nile's embrace. The Nile is a living tapestry, its green banks a stark contrast to the desert beyond. Here, the boundary between life and barrenness is drawn with startling clarity. The river's presence transforms the landscape, turning sand into oasis and supporting a vibrant ecosystem. At night, you camp on a quiet bank, cook over a fire, and listen to the gentle sounds of the river. The air is filled with the scent of wood smoke and the distant calls of night birds, creating a sense of peace that feels almost sacred. You share stories under a sky ablaze with stars, the constellations mirrored in the dark waters below. The vastness of the universe feels closer here, and the bonds formed around the fire are strengthened by the magic of the night. The river is a highway to history. Temples rise from the banks, approached as the ancients did. Each bend in the river reveals a new wonder, a silent witness to centuries of devotion, artistry, and human achievement. Survival here means respecting the water, filtering what you drink, and understanding the delicate balance that sustains life along the Nile. The river gives, but it also demands care and reverence in return. Shielding yourself from the relentless Egyptian sun becomes a daily ritual. Wide-brimmed hats and sunscreen are as essential as water, reminding you of the power and intensity of this environment. Waking to sunrise on the felucca, you feel gratitude for the simplicity and beauty of the journey. The first light paints the river gold, and for a moment the world is hushed in awe. Sailing the Nile isn't just travel, it's a journey within, a chance to reflect and reconnect with what matters most. The river prepares you for the spiritual heart of Egypt ahead, inviting you to slow down, listen, and truly see the world around you. Arriving in Luxor, the scale of history is overwhelming. Karnak Temple is a city of temples, its hypostyle hall a forest of columns covered in stories. Every surface is a testament to devotion and legacy. The challenge here is mental, comprehending the generations who built this place. The divine and mortal were linked here. This was the spiritual engine of an empire. Luxor Temple, connected by the Avenue of Sphinxes, is elegant and magical, especially at night. Exploring these temples demands stamina. Hydration and pacing are key. The sacred lake at Karnak offers a moment of peace, reflecting the temple's grandeur. In these quiet corners, you feel the deepest connection to the past. These weren't just buildings, they were living centers of faith built to last for eternity. Their spiritual energy prepares you for the silent, sacred valley of the dead. Crossing to the west bank, the landscape transforms dramatically. The lush green of the Nile's edge gives way to a world of stark, sun-bleached cliffs and an almost otherworldly silence. This is the Valley of the Kings, a place where the ancient Egyptians believed the journey to the afterlife truly began. Beneath these sands, hidden from the world for thousands of years, lie the real treasures, tombs filled with secrets, stories, and unimaginable riches. As you descend into a tomb, the blazing sun is left behind. You step into a cool, painted darkness where the air feels heavy with history and mystery. The walls burst with color, vivid blues, deep reds, and brilliant golds, preserved for millennia by the dry desert air, telling stories of gods, pharaohs, and the afterlife. Each tomb is more than a resting place. It's a map of the pharaoh's journey to eternity, covered in intricate hieroglyphics and scenes from the Book of the Dead, guiding the soul through the underworld. The thrill of discovery here is immense. Every step echoes with the footsteps of explorers and archaeologists who came before, each uncovering new secrets, each king's story waiting to be told. But the valley is unforgiving. The heat is relentless, the sun unyielding. Survival here demands careful planning, constant hydration, and respect for the harsh desert environment. Standing in a burial chamber, surrounded by the silence of ages, you can't help but reflect on the mysteries of life, death, and the ancient quest for immortality that drove these people to such extraordinary lengths. Emerging once more into the blinding sun, you feel as if you've walked through the underworld and returned, carrying with you a sense of awe and wonder. The Valley of the Kings stands as a powerful testament to the depth of ancient Egyptian belief, the grandeur of their civilization, and the enduring power of their legacy. A place where the past still whispers beneath the desert sands. After the desert, we plunge into the Red Sea, a world of brilliant blue and vibrant life. Diving here, you're weightless, surrounded by coral gardens and schools of colorful fish. It's a sensory explosion, a living ecosystem far from the ancient stones. Diving is meditation. Control your breath, move gently, and become part of this world. Every dive brings new encounters: sea turtles, octopuses, and the eerie beauty of shipwrecks. Wrecks are artificial reefs, teeming with life and reminding us of the sea's power. Survival here means respecting your equipment, monitoring your air, and knowing your limits. A night dive reveals a different world. Nocturnal creatures emerge and the reef transforms. Surfacing at sunset, you feel invigorated, cleansed of desert dust. The Red Sea is a vital part of Egypt's identity, a natural wonder as profound as its monuments. Journeying into the Western Desert, you find the surreal White Desert, like another planet. Wind and sand have sculpted chalk rock into bizarre, beautiful formations. Getting here requires a rugged vehicle and a Bedouin guide. There are no roads, no signs, just wilderness. As the sun sets, the landscape glows with pastel colors, and you make camp among the sculptures. Night brings profound silence and a sky ablaze with stars, the Milky Way overhead. If you're lucky, you might spot a fennec fox darting between the rocks. Waking at dawn, the world feels new, the white formations glowing in the early light. The White Desert challenges your idea of what a desert can be, full of beauty, artistry, and peace. Our final adventure is the remote Siwa Oasis, a true desert paradise. After crossing the Great Sand Sea, the sight of palm groves and salt lakes feels like a mirage. Siwa's energy is mystical, shaped by centuries of isolation and unique culture. Exploring the mud brick fortress of Shali, you step back in time, feeling the resilience of its people. At the Temple of the Oracle, where Alexander the Great sought prophecy, the spiritual energy is palpable. Swim in Cleopatra's bath or float in salt lakes, natural therapy in a surreal setting. Dune bashing in the Great Sand Sea is thrilling, but sunset atop a dune is pure magic. Survival here depends on water and dates, simple pleasures that sustain life. Siwa is a place of reflection and healing, the perfect culmination of our Egyptian journey. Our expedition through Egypt ends, but the spirit of adventure lives on. We've stood before giants, sailed the Nile, and crossed deserts and seas. Thank you for joining this journey. May it inspire your own adventures. Subscribe and join our community of explorers. There's so much more to discover. Your support keeps these stories alive. Stay curious, stay strong, and never stop exploring. Egypt has left its mark. May your journeys do the same. Until next time, take care.